Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And since it's a slow news day, we're going to talk about Disney's slap fight with Dish TV. Disney is having a bit of a disagreement. The mouse wants its cheddar, wants paid, and Dish doesn't want to pay. So Disney's like, yeah, we'll just turn it all off. Meow. Meow. We're gonna turn it all off. So let's talk a little bit about this, see if we can figure out what's going on. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 276,000 subs.
Woo!
Don't you want to be a clown? Don't you want to come to Clown Town? Hit the subscribe button.
Okay.
Come to Clown Town.
That's
with the
weird.
clowns. The clowns and clown cars who smell like fish. Yeah, that's what people say. Like anytime we cover Disney, they're like, you clowns smell like fish. Neener, and your mom smells too. Clown car, clown shoes.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway, let's talk about this clownery here. So the big Disney story this weekend wasn't the hurricane. I mean, there was a lot of news about the hurricane. I hope everybody is doing well. But the bigger story apparently was Disney yanked everything off a dish because they weren't getting paid. This is coming.
So there was a hurricane and they yanked stuff off a dish at the same time?
Yeah. So like you're, want to watch some Disney Channel and you got Dish and you can't do it. So AV Club has this. Before I get into that though, I just want to point out, speaking of clown shoes, clown car, you clowns, Hocus Pocus 2. Yeah, a lot of people are not liking it. Wasn't just us. Disney stands. Just saying. Just a wretched sequel. See, we didn't go that far. We said it was.
I was nicer than they were.
We said it was There you go. And Alex Jones has something to do with this.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't understand either. Like, I pulled this up on CNN.
Well, this tells you how much I know. I wouldn't have even known that was Alex Jones because I don't even know really who Alex Jones is. I've heard the name, but I don't really pay attention.
It's all that guy's fault. It's all Alex Jones's fault because Disney pulled their content from Dish. All right, let's go out to the AV Club. Anyway, all of Disney's channels got yanked off a Dish as part of a big, nasty, expensive fight. ESPN, FX, Disney Channel, Freeform, and National Geographic have all gone dark for Dish subscribers this weekend. Disney's the latest media company to find itself battling it out with TV provider Dish this week. Satellite TV company pulling pretty much all of Disney's channels, a bunch of affiliates from its service amid a very expensive spat between the two groups. The bone of contention is, of course, money, the carriage agreement between the two companies, i.e. you give us money, we let you broadcast our shit and charge you. I don't think the AV Club cares anymore. They're probably getting laid off too. They don't care.
I like it. I'll give you a thumbs up for that.
So it ended at midnight last night, which would have been like 2 days ago.
Okay, so it wasn't during the hurricane.
Yeah, without negotiations for renewal going through. Now, I remember this happened with Viacom too and Comcast, and they were like using Dora the Explorer, and they had like Dora like crying in a newspaper ad.
Oh, I remember that, yes.
And then she was like threatening to drink Drano.
She wasn't doing that.
And, Boots was going to shoot himself.
She was threatening people with MAP.
And Boots was going to shoot himself.
That wasn't what happened. But they did have like Dora looking sad, like on it. Yeah, they did do that. I remember that.
Don't you like me? As Variety notes, Dish is well known for being extremely willing at moments to do this, just to take a network of satellites. Take its network of satellites and go home. The company had a long and messy fight with AMC about a decade ago. Saw all the company's channels go dark for an extended period while a deal was hammered out. This time, Dish is claiming that Disney is increasing its fee demands by $1 billion. $1 billion.
You see, Dr. Evil, $1 billion. Is anybody surprised?
Dr. Chapek.
Yeah, he has the bald head. Is anybody surprised by this?
No. Disney claims it's making a fair market-based offer for its various channels.
Oh, bullshit. You're fair. But they also claim this. Our parks are at fair market price. The Star Cruisers at fair market price. And then there's a lull in demand, and the parks are empty. Does the market price come down? No.
They said this isn't the first time Disney and Dish have had a public fight. They said Dish beefs with everybody. Disney sued them and has been countersued by them a bunch of times. They said it's the first time during the streaming era, which we can't help but assume is going to shift the landscape here a bit. Dish's ability to run these kinds of withholding games, rest assured, they've already put out a press release blaming Disney for treating their customers so shabbily, has always been predicated on having a huge subscriber base that Disney would like to have access to. Disney, I gotta wonder, Disney just be like, hey, if you want Disney anything, you're gonna buy Hulu, and that's it.
That's kind of true. Or Disney Plus.
Or Disney Plus, yes. Cord cutting and streaming has become more prominent. It raises the question of how much Disney actually needs the carriage. Certainly, that reported $1 billion upcharge suggests the media giant no longer views Dish as one of the only games in town. I forgot Dish was a thing. Like we had DirecTV for years, and then I don't know if it's cord cutting because we had satellite, but then we went to Hulu before Disney bought Hulu, and it was nice. It was like $30. It
was also a lot more reasonably priced.
It was like $35 a month. It had more channels, not nearly as many ads, and it was actually pretty nice. And we already had pretty fast internet because of my job, so it was like, yeah, this is pretty good way to go, because we were paying like $100 a month for DirecTV, and now it's like, God, here we are again, guys. Here we are again. I think they're trying to like drive them out of business.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. $1 billion for Disney's shit. So everybody's talking about this. Disney's pulling its content from Dish and Sling. They're doing it Sling too. So it's not just Dish.
So Disney once again, Bob Chapek thinks that they're worth so much more than necessarily are.
Yeah, that's it. If you want our content, you're going to pay a premium for it, and I don't know. I'm thinking we're gonna see it get to a point where Disney is like, yeah, if you want Disney anything, you're gonna Disney Plus and Hulu, and that is it. Until they merge the two together.
This is funny. The quotes are that Disney walked away from the negotiation table and refused to provide its content to millions of U.S. customers. Disney has exploited its market position to increase fees without regard to public viewing experience, said Brian Zanelon, Executive Vice President and Group President, Dish TV. Clearly, Disney insists on prioritizing greed above American viewers.
What?
You've been around? How is this shocking? Especially sports fans and families with children who watch their content. Again, Disney only cares about the green. They don't care. The Disney difference is bullshit. The Disney difference is that you get less and you pay more.
It's all Alex Jones' fault.
I don't understand what that has anything to do with.
I don't know. It's the video player.
Disney is more interested in becoming a monopolistic power, which is probably true, than providing its programming to viewers under fair terms. And Dish claims that the removal of the channels will have an oversized impact on rural customers who rely on satellite television as their primary means of entertainment. And this is probably true because I can tell you for a fact, in the country, the internet sucks. And they're not fixing it. And anytime there's any kinds of programs, people that are going to be elected on platforms where they're going to make sure everybody has fair internet access, usually either they don't do it, they don't get elected, it doesn't go through. People in rural areas definitely are the ones who can't do things like Disney Plus, and they have to have, cable or satellite or Dish TV or whatever.
Well, Disney has made it very clear. Disney has made it very clear they don't want rednecks. They don't want rural America. They don't want Americans.
Until they want you to pay to come to their park.
They don't want the wrong kind of people showing up in their parks these days.
Disney said in its own statement that despite months of negotiation, Dish declined to reach a fair market-based agreement. When you're telling me fair market-based agreement, we all know exactly what that fucking means. So where am I at? Okay, for us, with continued distribution of our networks, it's added that the rates and terms it seeks reflects the marketplace. What marketplace, Disney? It does not reflect the fucking marketplace. It reflects Bob Chapek trying to gouge everyone to get more damn money.
It's called Fantasy Land, where Bob Chapek lives.
And it's especially egregious right now when people don't have the damn money to be paying, and what happens is they do agree to it, which they probably will eventually. $1 billion means everybody else's prices are going to go up more so that Chapek can go to the board during one of their investor calls and say, oh, we made so much money because of blah, 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 blah. And then you see another thing a little bit later, his contract's renewed and he gets a big bonus. And so does Christy McCarthy and everybody else.
And they never leave, and Disney never gets fixed because there's no incentive to fix Disney, because as long as Disney's making money, it can be broke as hell, broke in, not broke. As long as they're not broke, they're fine.
Right.
They keep their jobs.
It gets better.
Okay.
We're committed to reaching a fair resolution. $1 billion is your idea of a fair resolution. Okay.
$1 billion.
We urge.
We urge?
We urge.
Where's that at?
It's right here.
Wait, that's
we urge.
Wait, this is CNN. Well, they've been cutting back too, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, that we urge, it hits us all.
I get the we urge sometimes
we
too.
urge this to work.
Just gotta make sure you don't act on it all the time.
We urge Dish. We urge Dish.
We urge Dick. We urge Dick.
We urge Dish to work with us in order to minimize the disruption of their customers. So you at most month negotiation, you keep demanding that your fair market value is you get $1 billion more. You turn they turn it off because they have to because the contract and because there's not $1 billion to give you. And then you urge Dish to work with you to minimize disruption of the customers. Well, if you wanted the customer disruption to not be a problem and you cared about those people, you wouldn't have been asking for $1 billion and refused to work with them.
They don't give a shit.
I mean, I think that both places are, I'm not going to say both places are innocent. I think both sides are completely guilty and gouge everyone. Yeah. But I'm just saying I am 100% sure Disney's being unreasonable when I keep hearing them tout market value. I'm like, okay, this is totally Disney speak under the new regime, which means we think our ass is worth so much more.
It's the Mickey Mafia.
It's Mickey Mafia, yeah.
Boy, it would be
protection money.
It'd be a real shame if your customers were angry at you.
You pay us that $1 billion.
$1 billion and we can make it all go away.
You're really bad at that.
I'm really bad at that. All right. Anyway, I don't really have anything to add to this. I'm like another day, another Disney stuff. Like they don't care. They've got
Disney just
they don't care.
They think that their ass is a gold mine.
Well,
gold mine, not gold mined. I need coffee. They think their ass is a gold mine.
It's the weekend. Yeah, I think it'll get resolved possibly, but I'm also like, I think Disney at this point with Hulu and Disney Plus, I don't think they care. I think
I'll tell you what, people are just getting sicker and sicker and sicker of their shit. And even if it was Dish's fault, people are going to look at it and being like, Disney's demanding all this money, and they're like so tired of Disney gouging everyone, and they constantly are just raising prices on everything.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. We'll see what happens. They're gonna juice us all. Disney's gonna juice us all. That we urge. All right. You gonna wrap it up?
Yeah, real quick. I want to point out, Smile leads the box office with scary good 22 million. Opening Bros fizzles out with 4.8. So now it's gonna be everybody's phobic. No one wants to go see Bros because they're against gay people. And it's going to be that, if you didn't watch it, you need to go watch this movie. It's not for you. It's not about you. And everybody needs to stick to their lane. But you need to go watch this movie because if you don't, you're not an ally.
Why don't all the straight men want to go see the gay bromance movie?
They don't want to go see with their girlfriends to go see rom-coms. For the most part. You have to drag them and promise them some kind of favor in return.
We urge. Can't be helped. Yeah, I wish they had a movie called Hose and it came out the same week. So
we could compare.
Yeah, like if Bros made more money, be like, hey, Bros before Hose this week. That would have made a good headline.
It's one of those days I can't speak.
Anyway, well, this is actually the more interesting headline. Jurassic World director says the series should have ended after the original movie.
No shit.
What? You don't say. Anyway, are we going to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.